All right, guys, these are your channeled messages for August 21st through August 28th, 2025, but the messages are timeless. Whenever you find them, you're meant to find them. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Let's get it. First card out is Let Love In. Allow yourself to be loved. Open your heart, release past pain and heartbreak. Be open to receiving love. Next card out is Give yourself some huge credit. You're killing it. Reflect on how far you've come. Celebrate your growth and all that you've accomplished and overcome thus far. Stop being so hard on yourself. Be proud of yourself. You're killing it. Really. And last card out is You are a master. Create the world you want. You decide. You create your reality and world. Stay grateful, humble, authentic. Your soul will lead you to what is in alignment with your highest good and timeline in divine timing. Trust yourself and trust the process. It feels like you have a lot of incoming love options. Like it feels like love wants you, but you don't want love. This is what it feels like. It feels like you've reached a point to where you're like, I'm good. I'm good here. I'm good. I'm good with what I got going in life. I'm good with like your daily routines or where it is that you've gotten to thus far in your life. It's like blended energy of over here between these two. It feels like you've done so much work on yourself to get to where you're at in life, growth wise, self accomplishment wise. Like, what am I trying to say here? Like the in you've done an immense amount of inner work on yourself. You've healed a lot of inner child wounds, you've healed a lot of traumas, you've healed a lot of pain, you've healed a lot of suffering, and you've been doing a lot of your solo mission work, your solo soul mission work. And you've spent a lot of time over the last 10 to 12 years coming into your own, understanding who and what it is that you are, what you do and don't like to do. But it feels like you have recently come to discover who you are in and of itself. Just who you are, and you like it. You like who you're becoming. You like who you're discovering yourself as you are. You like this version of you that you are finally revealing, discovering, accepting, understanding, learning. It feels like you're loving your peace within yourself. You're loving your solace. Is like you've created like a very sacred little I mean, you really have done the proverbial creating, the inner temple, right? Like it very much feels a like at nighttime you go within, like you go into your room and you lay down and then you go within yourself into like almost like another world, a world that you've created on your own, and it's very peaceful. Like I'm swimming in the, and it's very peaceful. It's very tranquil. It's healing. You like being alone. You like your alone time. You need, not even just a like, you need this alone time to be able to go into this. I hate using the very cliche word of sacred, the sacred space. You know, I think that's like it's almost like when you read stuff from like spam emails from people, you can immediately tell that something is spam when they like end the word with when in the email or something with kindly send us your request. And like it sends the red flag, spam. That's how I feel about when people start, like when people say like in this sacred space, this sacred container, this sacred, if I feel like the word sacred has been tainted, it's like now flagged as like a anyways. But it's like you've created this very, it's in here. You made this very precious, peaceful, solace. Nobody else could enter kind of world within yourself, little temple, right? On the inside that you love going to, you need to go to. And you've like finally found that this is something that is necessary for you to be able to function and operate. It is like to be able to go to this inner temple every night, to go to this other world every night, right? Like you need that. It's like non-negotiable. is a non-negotiable for you. And the times that you don't get to have it, in its entirety, you're off. You're off kilter. You don't function well. But this is like this. That's like a. It's like a. I gotta find. I gotta Google search another word for sacred now because I don't want to be. But it's like a very important, precious ritual for you. That's a necessity every night that you do, and you have learned this through, like I said, it's like it seems like this last 10 to 12 years, but recently over the last 3 to 4 years you've really started to learn who you are without the input of other people's energy or impressions. Hmm. Like you've developed very good strong boundaries, but this feels like recent, like 6 to 12 months that you have really gotten firm on your like no, and your I don't wanna, and I don't have the capacity for that, and I don't want to do that, or this doesn't meet my needs, or this isn't, you've really gotten good at putting your foot down and being like, nah, that ain't for me, I'm not doing that, or whatever the case may be here, right? And that is what has aided you in being able to discover this place within yourself and discover what your own energy is like, what you don't like, what your needs are, what your body needs. But it feels like it's just been this very long recent process of self-acceptance, self-love, understanding, compassion, and embracing who and what you are in its entirety, and learning to work with your body, work with your needs, work with your, I said this in the last week videos, work with your limitations, right? Like it's like you're understanding your secret formula. You're figuring out your secret formula. And it feels like you've come to a place of understanding what, obviously not all the components of the secret formula, but like the parts that you have understood and mastered of what your secret formula to successfully mastering your vessel and your energy and your gifts and abilities to be able to function from a place of abundance and not burnout. You like where you at. You like where you've gotten to thus far, and it only gets better, right, as you continue to build more and more on the formula, as more pieces of what your secret formula is becomes discovered, and you begin to learn them, and you begin to understand them, and you begin to being able to plug them into the what parts of the formula you already do have. Like, it's only going to get better for you within this self, within this vessel, within your world, right? Because it then begins to unlock other parts of yourself, that then unlocks other parts of your world, under other parts of your consciousness, of your mind, that you can then control, alter, change at your will. And you love it. Like, you love it here. You're loving being at this point. You're loving this process of self-discovery. You're loving the peace and the solace in your inner templeness that you go to every night, for this ritual that you do, and this world that you go to. you know you love it. And so you don't want anything or any you don't want anything or anyone coming in effing up what you got going. I'm just I'm gonna just say it what it is. That's what it is. You don't want anything taking you off of this right here. All this because it's it's this stuff that you've it's it's been this has been 10, 15 years in the making. We could go back, we could go as far as to say this has been your entire incarnation, this lifetime in the making, but in past lifetimes to get to this point of where you're at. It's like you love you're really loving yourself. You're really learning to love and accept yourself. You're really learning to love and accept and be compassionate with your limitations and things that like you cannot do, and you're loving owning your power and being able to say, hey, hell no, I don't want to do it, or no, that's not gonna work for me, or like, hey, you can get the F up out of here. Like whatever the case may be, you're really in coming into your power and you love it here. As you should, which is why it's leading me, like I said, it's bleeding into the give yourself some huge credit because you're killing it. Reflect on how far you've come, celebrate your growth and all you've overcome and accomplished thus far. Stop being so hard on yourself, be proud of yourself, you're killing it. Yeah, because this is this all this over here that I just said is it's that's why it feels like you're like, nah, I'm good on the love tip. You got all the love that you need within yourself, right? Like you're this is the most cliche shit ever. I'm like, ew, but it is. But this is the truth of it. You're literally learning to love yourself so much that you're like, I'm good. I have all it. I haven't stopped holding my heart because it feels good. It's really good. It's like I'm holding like a giant beating heart of God, source, universe, and Mother Earth. Like it's just like it feels good. It's good energy. It's this. You just love yourself. You love what you got going. You love yourself even in your limitations. You love yourself when you're down. You love yourself when you're not able to complete tasks. You love yourself when you're taking time to rest. Like you loving yourself. You feeling yourself. Feeling myself. Feeling myself. Feeling myself. It's this. So it's like, this is what I be saying. God source universe be having a sick sense of humor. It's always when you don't want shit that it comes in abundance. That's no difference right here. You're like, I'm good. This has got the open sign. It's like you got the closed sign. The sign is closed. You know what I'm saying? It's like prior to you had the open sign out, but like you weren't here where you like you didn't love yourself enough, right? Like this was the I guess the missing component to the thing. Again, this is this is how God's source universe operates. It's like when you're too thirsty for something, you don't get it. But then when you're like, F it, I don't need it no more, that's when they're like, oh, bet I got you. Let me get that. Let me ship that overnight. Get that to you in the next 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like this here. It's because it feels like you again the abundance of love. Sis is really good over here. The abundance of love that's like permeating the entire reading here is exactly why you're like, I'm good. I don't need it. I don't need I don't need an external source of love. Like I'm getting it straight from the source here. Like I got it. I got it from Mother Earth. I got it from God's source universe. I got it from the spirit team. I got it from nature. I'm good. I'm good. I love myself. I'm good. Uh, but it just feels like it's like you about to be on Love Island or something. You know what I mean? Where it's like my lady, my good sir, well, whatever. Let me take you out. Allow me to court you. Let me give you everything that you've ever wanted. Let me make sure that you don't have to work hard ever in life. Let me pamper and spoil you and give you everything that you've ever needed or wanted. You won't want for nothing while you're with me. Let me take care of you and whisk you off to an island. Do you want to own your own private island? Let me give that to you. What dreams and desires do you have? Let me make it come true for you. How do you want to best serve the collective? What is it that you didn't have the funds or the means to do before? Let me provide for you. Like, and you're like, I just want to play in my garden. I just want to go to the beach. I'm just gonna go here to the beach and hang out. Let me take you there. Like, it's you got a lot of, yeah. It's interesting. Yeah, there is some. I feel like there's a few threads of energy here where there's they're still harboring, it's like some shit that's happened to them in the past, and that's also why they're reluctant to let anybody come in and try to like wine, dine, swoon, and love you, like legitimate love, not that love bombing narcissist type shit. That's not that's not what we talking here. This is like really, really, it's like genuine, unconditional love. Like they just want to, because you love yourself. They want the bar has been set, right? So because you love and feel yourself, it cuts out any creatures of the deep that beyond that love bombing narcissistic type shit, you know. So these are the other, like, these are like fully cooked. These are like fully cooked prospects. Like it's not one that you got to like take and put back in the oven. Again, nobody's perfect, and I feel like I need to put that caveat, the caveat to this. That's what it is. That was the thank you. That was the word that I was looking for. I was like, there's something that I say frequently, and I forgot what it was that I say. The caveat to this is that nobody's perfect, right? So yeah, they will be fully cooked as far as they can be, but nobody's gonna check all the boxes of things. You know what I mean? And that's where loving yourself comes in, because what boxes they don't tick, like, you essentially have it for yourself. It's fine. But as long as they tick the core things for you, that's what matters. But it's equally as important for you to know what those core things are for yourself that you need to know about. You got to know yourself, which again, as I've said from over here, it feels like you already do know that. You do know yourself, which is why you're. So it's just like a repeating oxymoron here. You do know yourself. You do love yourself, and that's why you're kind of like, I'm good. And now that's why all the things want to be given to you. Oh, you don't want it, so here you go. But you should feel really, really proud of yourself, and obviously you do. But you done a lot of work. You done a lot of healing to get to the point to where you're at right now. Um, I know there's a lot of things that you want to accomplish and do, and you will do some of them. You will, but you're the biggest thing that you came here to do was to love and master yourself, and to take your power back, because you couldn't do it in any other lifetime. So really, honestly, you need to give yourself some huge credit for how far you've come, because you were not able to do it. You were struck down every other lifetime prior to, and you were unable to take your power back, and to love yourself, and to speak your truth, and to set boundaries, and to say no, and to do the things. And they tried hard this lifetime, and that's just part of it. But you did it. You broke the shackles. You came through. You swam to the surface. You got out of the abyss. You fought for yourself. You chose yourself. You chose yourself. You chose your freedom. You chose you. And that's a really, really, really huge accomplishment. It's such a huge accomplishment. And it's a big deal. It's a big deal. You know, the amount of times that you have incarnated on this planet, and for this to be the first time, the lifetime. First and last. First and last. That you got it? It's something to be celebrated. Now that you've done the things, now you get to decide. It's kind of like I said over here. Like you go within like this, you go into the here and you like create your own little world, but it's like now you whatever it is that you're doing in here, it's like you're creating it, it's gonna ripple out to the outside. It's gonna ripple out to your outer world. And you'll know. You'll know when it's time to take action on new opportunities or not. But it just feels like this creating thing happens very heavily when you are alone. Like I said, in this energy over here, when you go within and when you're doing whatever it is that you're doing, this is creating your new reality. The more that you are in the more that you are in the energy of this, loving yourself, feeling yourself, and the more pieces, the more parts to this formula that you begin to get and unlock, the more you're going to be able to change your reality. So it's important for you to focus on the positives, only focus on what it is that you want, only focus on the outcomes that you want to bring about. Don't let yourself stay down. Go towards the light, acknowledge your dark emotions, and then release them. Come back into what feels good, find the little things to appreciate, and it's okay to get down, but get back up. Um, it feels like there's also parts, I don't know what this is. It's like the showing me like the like dredging up. The more of these things that begin to unlock within you, the more that it's gonna kind of like dig up, excavate, extract any kind of stuck emotions or traumas that you have not yet been able to process out. So just like allow yourself to feel the things and go through them as you have been. Again, I don't really have much of a cautionary energy. This is really good energy, and because you're so much in this like love energy, like coddled and nestled in with God source universe, it's easy for you to deal with when you feel any kind of like slightly irritating or triggering emotions. You know, you very quickly get over it and process it out and get back to the path of feeling this energy of like the good love of feeling yourself, of being supported, of being, you know, in your own divine ebb and flow, because you very much are. You're very much just flowing. I don't know, just effortlessly, kind of just flowing through, and you're being taken wherever you need to be taken. And what's, like I said, what's meant for you is just kind of being like scooped into your orbit, kind of just being like magnetized into your current, right? You'll be ready or not, here they come. That's what it feels like. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. We only Oh my goodness. Yeah, just it doesn't matter how much you try to run from this shit here. It's going it's going to come to you. And what is the song? How do you want it? How do you need it? How do you want it? It- it's like is this song? It's like this old school R&B song. How do you want it? Is this because it's like they're not gonna go nowhere. You know, if you tell them like, look, man, I want my space. You know, I don't want you to be up underneath me all the time. I don't want to talk to you all the time. They'd be like, that's fine. So when you want to talk to me, like, it just feels like regardless what you throw at them or say to them to try to be like to try to e- like evade them. This is how I see it. It's you know they're trying to you're like regardless what it is that you say to them or you like try to throw at them to like keep them away, they're just like that's fine. That's I'll just they don't care. They don't care. They do not care. they're they want you regardless what the terms and conditions are that you set for them. This is interesting. Dare I indulge for more? It's like they're gonna hit you with the like, I didn't come here to take from you. I came here to add to you. I realize you don't need me, and that in order for me, for you to accept anybody, they gotta, enhance your life in some way, and they're like fully prepared to be that enhancement in whatever way that you need it. But I'm gonna tell you this right here, whoever it is, like they need to be emotionally available. We're not doing any emotionally avoidant people. They got to come with the cup, right? So like on this card here, it's got like all the tools. You got the cup, the sword, the pinnacle, and the cup, the sword, the pinnacle, and the wand. That's all the components. But it seems like suitors always come, male or female, it makes no difference. Suitors always come and they always want to miss the cup. Like they be having all the other things, but the cups are the emotions, the cups are the vulnerability, the cups are the like the ability to go emotionally deep, to have depth, to be able to hold your emotional depth, right? So they don't have to be like overly emotional themselves, but they need to be in touch with their emotions, but be able to have the capacity to hold your emotional depth. If they don't have it, they out. They out. If they can't go deep with you, if they can't go deep with you in more than one way, then it's a no, right? Like the emotional depths, the cups are non-negotiable. You you require, because you are so deep, because you have so much emotional depth and soul depth and spiritual depth to you, you have to have somebody who also has strong emotional depth capacity, spiritual soul depth capacity. So like heavy Scorpio placements somewhere in their chart, right? Like Scorpio will they can go deep with you. Like they don't have to be Scorpio sun sign, but like somewhere in their charts, they need to have this water. Scorpio for sure, but water in their chart, because having someone who you have that emotional depth, spiritual depth. If you come up on somebody, who has all the other attributes, the wand, meaning they're good and bad, they got the fiery passion and action, and they're good leaders, and they can do swift movements and things of this nature, great, good for them. They got the sword, they can, they're very intellectual, they're good with intellectual stimulation and conversation, but they're cold. There is no, it's like Stonewall, it's like a robot, right? It's like a robot, like they're very cut and dry, and then that's it, but or if all they if or if they just have too much. Pinnacle is just like, they're just money, like they've got like the money stability, and then like, that makes like I just feel like that's the worst combination. If all you have is the money aspect, you have the sex drive and the fast action, which is like fleeting romance type of situation, and you've got the emotional, or you've got the intellectual compatibility, but you're very logical. That's it. Like, people who have a lot of air energy, a lot of swords energy, like they're very cut and dry, very cutthroat, and it's like I said, it's cold. It's cold. It's like, if you ever hug somebody with a lot of this energy, it feels like they're a zombie. Like there's no emotion in their body. Like there's no life in their body. That's awful. It's awful. You need the cups to bring it all together and package it nicely, and again, even if you this will be a well cooked turkey, that comes to you. But even if they do have all the things and they are a well cooked turkey, you still, well, they're not going to check all the boxes. There will still be some things that you know you have to work on together, or like teach them how to love you, or tailor them to your needs, and they're going to do it, right? But just make sure, again, just make sure that when you're I feel like the biggest sign that I can give of the person that's for you is they're going to be persistent but not pushy. They're gonna play the long game with you. Long game. They're not gonna be like trying to be like hot and fast. It's like a long game, hot pursuit, long hot pursuit, long game. Where again, persistent, not pushy. Um, and again, regardless what you throw at them, they're just gonna be like, all right, that's fine. Very adaptable, very just, they compliment you well. No, es muy spicy. All right. Okay, let me get the F out of here. And that's what I have for you guys. Don't forget that you can book a recorded reading with me. You'll have to send me you can book with me on my Instagram, Ascension Oracle VLOC. And I have like the little tab underneath the bio that just says book now. You can book a reading either there, or you can book on my website. I put in a little service there. I will deliver it within 48 to 72 hours, unless you want urgent. You have to let me know. It's an additional $15 fee. Then I think from that point, you have to send it to me via Venmo. Um, Anyways, but regardless, you can book a recorded reading with me, just like I'm doing right now. And then I think I added something else that's on the website, but whatever. Check it out. And until next time, peace, God.